Alright, hey guys, so I made it to Krishna, his farm, and I'm here now in my little camper. I've managed to clean everything up and, just organize, put my stuff in, settle in, which is really nice. I just got off the phone with my mom, so we'll be able to catch up. And here we are. Last we left off, I was like, how am I going to get to Monroe? So what ended up happening was, Google typed into Google, maps from where I am to Monroe, and gave me this whole busing train system situation. So that's pretty much what I did. And at around 9:30ish this morning, I packed my stuff up. I walked out, and I started heading towards to the street that I knew I had to get to, because I had to go to the corner of 135th and Military Road or something to get to the bus stop for the bus stop. So I started walking towards 135th, and the neighborhood that I was in, it's really hilly, where, you know what I mean. So at first it was fine because I was going all downhill, and then I had to go uphill a little. Most of it was uphill, and I have my big huge backpack, my suitcase, and then just my normal backpack on the front of me here, or hooked onto my suitcase. And I'll tell you, pushing that suitcase and with my backpack on up a hill when I don't really know where I'm going and it's hot out was not very enjoyable experience. So I was trudging along, and my heart was pitter-pattering, and I was sweating, and it was a bit of a workout. And sometimes every once in a while a car will go by, and I was starting to get a little salty. I was how come no one's stopping to help me, or and I was I feel if I was at home in Canada, someone would have stopped by now and asked me where I was going, and given me a ride. Just small young woman with all her stuff, come on now, what's going on? And lo and behold, within a few minutes, this woman who had driven by me, she turned around and she came back up the road, and she was can I get you, give you a ride anywhere? You have a lot going on. And at that point, I just needed to go up the hill, over the hill, and then my street corner was there. And so I was yeah, I'm just trying to get up the road to the bus stop. She's oh, well, come on in, and I'll help you up. And so I get in, and her name is Sonia, so thank you to Sonia. She was driving me up, and she was asking me where I was going, and I was telling her, oh, well, I'm catching the bus so I can go and get the train. And she's oh, you're taking the train, you're going up to Monroe. And I was yeah. She's oh, well, I'll drive you to the station. And I was perfect, that's awesome, thank you. So she drove me all the way to the train station, which was really great, because having to take the bus and then wherever the bus leaves you and then walk through all of the parking lot, it just seemed a lot. So I was really grateful once I got there that she had given me a ride, and I just hopped out of the car, went up, got on my train, and then took the train all the way down to the end of the line, and then from there I had to catch a bus. And so I got on the bus. It was pretty clear, lots of good arrow pointing and signalization and whatnot. And I asked around the security guards at the train station and stuff, hey, where's this, you know what I mean? So everyone was very helpful, which is really great. So I get on the bus, and I'm texting Krishna Das, he ended up coming and picking me up in Everett. So I was going to be taking the bus to Everett, and then from Everett taking a second bus to a cafe in Monroe. And he was kind and willing to pick me up in Everett. So I was texting him the coordinations of, and it took us a little bit to find each other, because it's it's kind of a park and ride. So there's quite a few different parking lots, and there's a place where only the buses go. So I ended up kind of walking out to the main street that goes by that, and he came by his way in his truck, and he's Kelsey, and I was hey, hi, Bo. So then he came around, and and then there we were, and threw my stuff into the back of the truck, and off we went, and it was really great. We had a nice drive, and it's so beautiful out here. Like there's mountains, and like the mountains are right there. I don't remember exactly which mountain range it is, but I'll try to Google it and let you know. But yeah, so there's a mountain range right there, and we stopped and we got burritos. And so when we came up to the farm, his wife and one woman who helps, her name is Steph, she's here. So we all sat down and we ate and said hello, got to know each other. And then Steph came around and she gave me a tour of the place. She showed me the campers. She gave me a tour of like their greenhouses. So what they do here is they grow mushrooms in a way that I've never seen before. I know mushrooms like growing off of a tree or like in the ground. No, they have like a lab, like a legit lab, where they go in and it's like, I don't know, like mushroom enzymes. I feel like that's not even the right thing, but like it's a liquid, and then they take that and they have like this like fancy dirt in these bags, and they like inject it with that mushroom enzyme liquid stuff, and then it's like vacuum sealed bag, and then it stays there in a dark place, and like over, I don't know, I guess it depends on the kind of mushroom, but over a month or a few weeks, or I don't know, it starts to mushroomize, so it gets like a fungus, so it looks like a little fungus. And then they have like these different like holding rooms for like the different growth periods, growth periods, and that the mushrooms are at. And then I went into the room where like you could see like the actual mushroom, and they're so cool. They're actually kind of cute, which is like kind of a weird thing to say about mushrooms, but they're really cute. And they really remind me of corals in the ocean. So they're actually kind of really pretty. So that's really cool. And then they have 4 main greenhouses, which are like these big white like polytube tunnel greenhouses, and they're growing hemp that they're going to use to like extract the CBD oil from, and they make like skincare products and then like gummies and baked goods and stuff with it. This is only going to be their 2nd year doing it. So last year they had some, and so this year they're going like full out with it. And they have like squash and a bunch of tomato plants, and then some beautiful flowers as well. And then they have like some actual like gardens in the outside, not in a greenhouse or anything. So I'm pretty much going to be helping out with all of that, probably like with the mushrooms and the hemp and the tomatoes and stuff. And I'm just going to be here chilling and working and singing, chanting, so yeah, so that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much the farm. So I'll show you around the camper. I don't know, it doesn't let me change the, okay, well, it doesn't let me change the angle of the camera. So we're just gonna do it this way. So this is like the front entrance, obviously, and then I decided to set up all of my stuff here on this like couch area. So it's my little closet. And then here you have the kitchen area. And we went to the grocery store, Steph and I got myself some snacks and stuff for breakfast in the evening. And then you have your dining area. Oh, this is my makeshift stand for for the laptop. And then I brought these guys from home. Ooh, how is this working? Yeah. So I brought these guys from home. So that's my picture of Krishna and Radharani. And then it's a little Krishna and Balaram, and I brought my stones. So that's my little mini altar setup, and I have my books and my notebook there. And then over here is the bed, which just isn't set up yet, and like a little bathroom area. So that's the camper, which is pretty cool. It's really nice, and it has like this air conditioning thing in it, which is super cool. Oh look, now yeah, you can see it pretty well like that. So yeah, pretty sweet stuff. And here we are. We made it. Now we got 3 weeks here hanging out, doing stuff, and I'll keep you posted how that goes. So hi Bo, and catch you guys later. Bye.